Now, y'all, I didn't cover this show during its first season, but baby, when I tell you I watched it and I loved it, because as you know, I'm a period piece girly. We are back today to talk Serpent Queen that airs on Starz. Y'all, it's a lot, but it's worth it. And season 2 is out on Friday, and we'll be going in.
Only apply that. Get it, don't be timid when you ain't apply that. Love a bone, give along, need it. I don't want no trip, baby, spend like
My name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related, and I am here to put you on, okay? So, if you don't know anything about season 1 of Serpent Queen, the premise is that it's set in the 16th century, tells the story of Catherine de Medici, who rises from being an orphaned noblewoman to becoming one of the most powerful and influential queens in French history. The series delves into her strategic mind and ruthless tactics she employs to navigate the treacherous waters of the French court. Okay, we meet Catherine de Medici very, very young, right? And she is really just trying to figure out life. Her daddy and her mama both died of syphilis, okay? And she was orphaned. She goes to this orphanage, but the people want her, baby, because uh, the Medici name was mud, right? They were a noble house, but there was a bounty on their heads at all times, right? And we're also dealing with the contention of Protestantism versus Catholicism during that time. So there are so many things at play that her uncle, who just happens to be the Pope, comes to her and he's like, I want to marry you off to the King of France's son, his second son. We need to secure an alliance between all of us. We need to get this right because there's too much going on and too much bloodshed. All right. So that sets the stage. But when we actually first see Catherine, it's present day. Okay. It is present day, and she is the mother of the king. Okay. And, she's still trying to navigate. She's still got to navigate her position. So let's get into this and let's break it down, honey, episode by episode of season 1. And then we'll go back and just talk about a few of my favorite characters because, listen, there are some that I absolutely adore. Do you hear me? Episode 1, season 1, the Medici Bia Bia. Okay. The series begins with Catherine de Medici reflecting on her younger years, and she's preparing for her son's coronation. Again, we get into her early years, her marriage to Henry. Now, Henry was the second son, and when we first meet him, you're like, oh my gosh, Henry, he's handsome. He's going to be the one. But Catherine Medici was very plain. I won't call her ugly, but that's how everybody else made her seem, right? And she's fully aware of where she's at and that she may not be the hottest ticket on the block, but she's got the mind. You hear me? She's got the mind. And so they doll her up, get her ready to be presented to him, and he's open to it. But more than him, his father absolutely adored her. He saw the mind that she had. He saw that she was strategic and brilliant. And I think that's what really made him go for this deal. Plus, she's negotiating. She's like, all right, the dowry not enough. Well, how about we give you these lands for this, this, this? Listen, she's negotiating away because she wants to live. Okay. Also, in this first episode, we meet Rahima, baby, who is a black servant in her household who's being treated bad. She takes an eye to that. And throughout this series, you are going to wonder, is Catherine Rahima's friend or foe? Like, what is this really about? What is this relationship about? Because you do see similarities in these two women, exactly how they came up, not knowing their value, not knowing their worth, but having a mind. You know what I mean? And so we get ready. Catherine done made her way, all right, into Henry's heart. Not really, but to marry him. And he is just so, I don't know, he's so awkward of the mind. You know what I mean? And so while she's trying to connect with them, he can't connect with her because he's with Auntie Granny Ho. All right, we're repurposing Granny Ho from House of the Dragon. Now it applies to Serpent Queen as well, because when I tell you that this heifer, who's actually Catherine's cousin, Diane de Portier, okay, she's a mess. She gets busy with Henry every chance she gets, all right, reading the Bible, quoting scripture and screwing. It's duplicitous. Do you hear me? And so immediately, uh, Catherine's like, she's in my way because I need to get pregnant by him. That's the only way I'm going to secure my spot. All right. And so she's just struggling, honestly, to get him to get in the bed with her. Okay. So eventually, Henry goes off to war, and Catherine and Henry are writing back and forth, and she's giving him ideas on strategies and stuff. And so he comes back the victor, but he also comes back with a baby girl and a woman. And listen, this is the moment where she and Diane, honey, find common ground in episode 3, because Diane says, listen, if he fell for her, you don't have no heir. You haven't locked this down. He can fall for a noblewoman and you'll be out the door because you still don't have a baby. And I mean, at this point, Catherine is trying everything she can. All right. She's trying screwing other people. She's trying going to the fortune teller. She is doing the absolute most to try to conceive. But I mean, it's hard to conceive when he ain't putting it down. You know what I'm saying? He's not putting it down. And so Diane says, listen, I'll do my part. I'll get rid of the heifer, but you have to work on getting pregnant. That's just how it's got to be. So by episode 4, New Era, we're jumping up in time, and we're moving it forward by 15 years. Catherine's hold on power grows as she becomes more assertive and ruthless. Okay. And she starts making friends with people in court. Now she's got some ladies in waiting, honey, which is a hodgepodge team of people. But again, we're still persisting. The first regency, Catherine's story unfolds further as she reveals her involvement in various plots and intrigues, baby, because at the end of the day, she had to not only secure her position, but she had to maintain it once she had it. And so, baby, there's a lot. But I think during this time, her craving of power becomes more evident. It wasn't so much just about maintaining, it became about let me acquire more, because she knew she was smarter than most of the people around her. Okay. In episode 6, The Last Joust, Catherine's fantasies and reality of her power begin to blur. She manipulates events leading to her husband's unaliving during a jousting match. The episode intertwines elements of the supernatural and real-world consequences, reflecting the dark reputation Catherine cultivates. Again, the Serpent Queen, because not only I think she has the sight, because you'll see throughout the series that she dreams often, and 9 times out of 10, them dreams are going to come true. All right. Episode 7, An Attack on the King. The tension rises as Catherine's scheme faces significant challenges. The episode depicts the power struggles and conspiracies within the French court, with Catherine deftly navigating through various threats to her position. Because, baby, everybody trying to get her spot. Especially that daughter-in-law of hers, Mary Queen of Scots, honey. Because she not playing no games and has the son's nose wide open. In episode 8, A Queen is Made. The season finale is the culmination of Catherine's efforts to secure power. After orchestrating and thwarting multiple plots, Catherine finally becomes the regent, ensuring her control over France. The episode highlights her ruthless tactics, including manipulating her dying son Francis to endorse her as regent and outsmarting Mary Queen of Scots. Catherine's manipulations extend to forging letters, honey, and manipulating Rahima. And of course, we'll get into Rahima because she's actually one of my favorite characters. But I mean, she used what she had to get what she wanted and get what she needed. The first season ended with Catherine getting her power consolidated, right? And setting the stage for a mess in the future, which Friday. And again, this airs on Starz season 2. And I believe they're going to drop 1 episode a week. So this will definitely be a serial that we can talk about every week. I hope you guys have watched it. If you haven't, you really, really need to. But let's get in real quick to Rahima, because again, she's my favorite. And I don't know. I mean, I root for everybody black. Right. But the fact that she came into this world, not really having much, not really knowing much, her arc and growth in the first season is incredible. She goes to this, kind of fake pious, kind of false humility to, oh, I know who I am, right? And I mean, these are at the machinations of Catherine. Catherine is so strategic and so manipulative, but I think at the end of the day, you'll see that Rahima is a force to be reckoned with on her own. Love her growth, love who she is, love how she is empowered in this to not take the ish that the people were dishing out to her, right? Because I mean, at any given moment, they were calling her it. I mean, until she had to blow up that girl's face in the kitchen. And so not only does she go from not knowing the game, I think, to having a really good handle on it, she becomes someone very significant to Catherine. So I'm definitely excited to see what happens in season 2. Drop it in the comments below. Let me know if you're watching this. Let me know if you're into it, because again, it's my ish. I absolutely love it. And I will be back on Friday to talk season 2, episode 1. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.